Stampers, Deb Valder here with Teaspoon of Fun. It's our little paper crafting company, and we have all the products we're going to use today in our little store. Just hop on over to www.teaspoonofun.com or click the little I above, or in the description below there's a link down there also. So all of these products we're going to be using today can be found in there. This is the card I'm going to be doing today, and it is absolutely beautiful and so super simple. We're going to be doing some stenciling and a little bit of embossing, and it's good to go. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is to just take a piece of our white cardstock, and we're going to stencil this little guy. I'm going to bring in my stamp wheel, and we're going to stencil on my stamp wheel because it has this sticky mat right here, and I love the sticky mat. All right, so we're just going to glue that little guy right down there like that. And then what we're going to do is to take our first stencil, all right, and each one of these, it comes with 4 stencils. Let me just show you, 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're labeled here on the bottom, A, B, C, and D. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to go A, B, C, and D, and then that is it. We're going to cut it out, and it's going to be this beautiful piece. All right, so with the sticky mat, what is absolutely phenomenal about that is that it is, it's so easy to use stencils, because once you glue these down here or kind of push them down here, what happens is they stick and you don't have to hold your stencil. They work just absolutely perfect. So I'm going to start off with my Festive Berry Distressed Oxide ink. All right, that's the lighter of my 2 reds. I'm going to start off with just one little brush here, and these are our blending brushes, and I'm just going to stencil this in here like this. All right, I go one way and then I go the other way, and it gets everything very well burnished in there. All right, and it's so hard not to hold this, but look, you can actually go freehand because this little sticky mat right here holds everything down. You know how much I love my stamp wheel. See, backwards and then forwards, and it gets all the different sides. And this is how fast this is. All the coloring is done for you. And I love using the distressed oxides because they're so easy to clean up. You just wash them, wash my little brushes, wash my stencils, and you're good to go. Now, if I was going to be doing a bunch of these at a time, I would just take all of them and do all of this one first. So let's say I wanted to do 10, 20, 50 of these for my Christmas cards. What I would do is I would do all the first layer first because everything is already down there. All right, so that is our first layer. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go on to Lumberjack, which is the darker of the 2 reds, and I'm going to go with Stencil B. Now to line this up, what I'm going to do is to take, I like starting with this little thing in the middle, and we're going to line it up with that, and then these little lines are going to get lined up right there. So when you're all done, you're not going to see any of the underlying flower. See, each one of these is covered up, and all you're going to see is this little line right here, and that's going to get darker. Let me just show you. Let me just get this lined up and then just press it around the outside. And what we're going to be doing now is this little line in between here and these darker flowers. So I'm going to continue with this same brush because we're doing all reds, and I'm just going to go with the darker of the 2 and just stencil in. Remember, go one way and then go the other way. Burnish it in nice, 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 nice. So you got good solid color. And it's this fast and this easy. Then we're going to go on to our greens, okay? And that would be stencil C and D. All right, so we're done with that color. And we're going to bring in our lighter of the 2 greens and our C stencil. Oh, so pretty. All right, now we're going to bring in C stencil, like I said, and what I'm going to do is line up the this little piece right here. That's the centers. So I'm going to go with the centers, and you're going to cover up every single one of the flowers. Okay, just like that. All right, glue that down. We're going to take old paper. So we used festive berries first, then we used lumberjack, and now we're going to use old paper. Okay, so here we go. Just go in circles. Backwards and forwards. And almost done. There we go. Alrighty, put the top on our old paper, and we're gonna go with Rustic Wilderness. Same green brush, taking this off, and we're gonna go with the D stencil, and lining up these little guys right here. You just have to pick something that you're comfortable with, just making sure that everything is covered. Okay? There we go. Now these little guys up here are going to have a little green top on them, so if you see the little green tops on them, so don't think that you can't cover them. You're not covering them right, but you are. All right? So again, taking our color and going back and forth. With stenciling, there's no wrong to it. I mean, you really can get a lot of good color and easy color. You know, I love my Copic markers, I love my pencils, I love to watercolor. This is just another way to color your projects. And so easy. And like I said, all you do is stick these underwater, let them dry on a paper towel, and you're good to go. I think we got them all. We'll just check them to make sure. Oh, look at how pretty that is. Okay, so the next step is to, let's lift this little guy up. That's why I love my retractable pick, okay? And I just slide it underneath there and lift this up. Look at how beautiful that is. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, with very little effort. Okay, but now to make this elevated even higher, what we're going to do is we're going to take the, let's bring this back in here so I can show you. We're going to take the die that matches it, and we're going to put it on here, and we're going to cut it out. And this is the way it comes. Now, it's not going to cut everything out. What it does is it just raises up the images. So like the leaves are going to be raised up, the petals are going to be raised up, the little berries are going to be raised up. I'll show you. Let's go cut it out, and then I'll be back and we will show you the next step. So when it comes out of your die cut machine, this is what it will look like, okay? We're going to poke out the middle, and I use this for scrap paper for another project, so don't throw that away. And then you just lift this off. All right, and that's what the inside of it looks like. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? Now, to start the popping, what I do is I use my my little foam brush and the pad that goes along with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over, and I'm just going to start these little guys. Okay, and what I mean by that is it's actually kind of popping them up. This is a must-have. I use it for just about everything, but it works really good for these little dies right here. I do have one of these with the bees on it. That has been a huge hit. And they're just absolutely gorgeous. Summer flowers and some bees. So now what I'm going to do is, I know where the things are popped now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little retractable pick, and I've pushed it out quite far, and I'm just going to take and curl some of these. See how they just kind of pop up now? Let me see if you can see that. See how they just kind of pop up? They're absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. But putting them on that little silicone, or not silicone, but the little foam mat shows you where the ones that are going to pop up are. All right, and you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but it really elevates the whole piece. All right, here we go. There's that one and that one. And you can even do this after you attach it to your card. All right, here's this and this. All right, so I'll do the rest of them after they're onto my card, but I just wanted to kind of show you how I pop them up. Oh, it's just so pretty. I love it. So then we need to get this piece right in here. So what I did was I took my cardstock and I laid it down, and I just took a pencil and outlined it, and then I lined it up with my words. The words I'm going to use today are from the Christmas Feeling, and this is such a beautiful set. I really want you to take a look at this because it's absolutely beautiful. Now, what I did was, first, we want to take and use our little, we have a couple of different powders in the shop, so you can pick whichever one you want. There's this one, and I love this one. I use them both different times, whatever I have handy. I just happened to grab this one first. The next thing I'm going to do is to bring in my Wow ink. You want to make sure that it's really, really, really well inked up. So what I do is I take the re-inker that comes with it in the combo, all right, and just ink up. Now, the reason this re-inker is so amazing is because it's got the round ball on it. Instead of tearing up all of this foam pad, it just glides right over it while it's re-inking. All right, so remember that it is very well inked when you are doing your piece. All right, take this, ink up your stamp, and then let's put this down here and lay it down. All right, use your Stampendable because it gives you an even little pressure on there. Oh, perfect. All right, now what I'm going to do is to add my gold embossing powder. Okay. So just take a scrap piece of paper or a coffee bin and add your gold embossing powder. Just sprinkle it on. Perfect. Alrighty, let's get rid of this. Okay, so let's take and heat this up. There we go. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh, just absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, now we've got that. Let's take and wipe that part of it off. Okay, so we've got all of that. Now what we're going to do is to start putting our card together. So what I did for the raising of this is I used my strips. So I'm going to take some of my white foam strips and just start laying them down. I like these because they go all the way to the edge. See? And yet they still fit within what we need it for. Okay? So we're going to just take this, bring it as close as I can to the side of it. Okay. Grab my scissors here. I love these scissors. They're the Tim Holtz haberdashery scissors. I love them. All right, now before I put this on to my white, my card base, I'm going to trim around the outsides just a hair on all four sides, and that's so that it won't, stick out on the side if I happen to have it just a little bit off. So we're just going to take and just trim off just a little bit on all four sides. And the reason we don't take it off from just one side is because remember we have that centered just perfectly. So this is the way we do it. So probably total 1/8 on 2 of the sides. All right. Now to put it on my card base, what I'm going to do is use my glue press. All right. I want to take and use the one that is got the larger nozzle. And this is how easy this is. Okay, we're going to take this off. Now remember, each one of these nozzles has a pin to go in with it. This is the one for the larger one right here. Can you see it? It's got the larger one. And this one, I'm going to take and put this on here like this, because this is the one for the smaller one. Just while I'm using the, see the pin? You're going to put that in here. Now, I want you to make sure that you get in on the queue for these if you don't have them already. We're back ordered, but you want to get in the queue. Don't wait, because then you're going to be at the bottom of the queue, and you don't want to be that. So get your orders in now. We will ship them as soon as we get them. We actually ship them the exact same day. And why did I switch the nozzle? Because the nozzle for this one is bigger, and you don't need the smaller nozzle for that one. Why am I using adhesive instead of my Easy Glide? Very, very simple answer. That is because when we're putting it onto our card base right here, we want to make sure that we have some slide room. So if I did this with the Easy Glide, what would happen is I wouldn't be able, if I put it down, I wouldn't be able to move it. But this way here, I will be able to move it just a bit if I need to. All right, and don't forget, we made this a little bit smaller so that we can have this go all the way to the very end. Now let me just make sure that everything lines up. Oh, perfect. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is to take this and my stamp pendable. Again, this gives even pressure, and we're going to get it nailed right down. Okay, let's see how it came out. Ah, so beautiful. Okay, now what we can do is we can add this piece. Now we want to be very careful, because once this is on, because of the stickiness, it's on for good. So we just want to take and start at the top and lay it right straight down. Okay, my sides are all lined up. My sides are all lined up. Look at that. Now, if we need, like right here, I think I need a couple of pop dots, foam squares here. So all I'm doing is taking my little foam squares. This is where the retractable pick comes in really nicely. We're just going to slide that underneath there. I'm going to put one underneath there. You see how it's kind of bending down? Take off the top before you slide it in there. Okay, so this one right here is topless. And we're going to take and put this right underneath here. There we go. Look at that, how pretty that is. All right, now is where I was telling you, if you need to like lift up some of the things, you can kind of just look at it and say, okay, I want that popped and I want this popped. The difference with this type of die and stencil set is that it doesn't cut out this piece. It just takes and just outlines some things to give it more texture. But look at how beautiful that is. Let me just show you the original one. When it dries, I did this one a little bit darker. I just love the way they look. What do you think? Don't forget, we are at www.teaspoonofun.com. Make sure that you subscribe to our videos, click on the little bell so you get the very next video that we do, and send it to your friends. You know, make sure that you share this with your friends. Hit the thumbs up button and come back soon. You take care, have a great day, and thank you for stopping by.